Hello everyone, welcome to Lipnox VR, and today we're doing Applab Reviews Volume 2. Don't want to waste any time, but I've got some free games, we've got some paid games, including the recently released Smash Drums. But let's start this off with a racing game from the prehistoric ages. Quill Interaction Stone Age Racing is a racer that feels very Stone Aged. It has terrible turning, and while it does have a drift sort of function to it, it really doesn't work that well. It's cool to mess around with as a free app to do some racing, but this is definitely on the lower quality end and probably isn't worth your time unless you like to experiment. Big Breezy Boat. We covered the racing version of this on the last episode, but now we're talking about the sailing one, and I've got to be honest, as much as I wasn't a fan of the last one, I love this other one. You kind of set yourself up in the right position and you can almost room scale it, where you walk around your room and hit the different wheels and everything. You can also just do a teleport as well, but it has multiplayer, and it has these islands that are really cool to see and explore too. I haven't fully figured out the way the sails work, but it definitely has something to do with the wind. Either way, I think that if you want to just relax and go sailing, this is an awesome game, and the fact that you can invite your friend and do multiplayer adds even more awesome to that. I think this one is like $10, but I would say that this is probably worth it if you like those relaxing casual experiences. So Agency, which is from Blair, who's the lo-fi guy making a PC game. I don't know what Agency has to do with the full project, but I think it's a spin-off side thing. Either way, I thought this was a really cool tech demo that shows some pretty astounding visuals for the Quest itself. It's done some crazy stuff optimizing things where shortcuts are all over the place, so I don't know how much of this can really be a full game. But if you want to look at some really cool cyberpunk style stuff in VR, this is a free demo that you can definitely do that in. So Smash Drums just came out recently, and I had the pleasure of playing it when it first came out on SideQuest, and you know what? I got sent a code to check it out for this review. So to start things off, this is kind of like your Rock Band in VR for the drumming, but you don't hear the noise of hitting the actual drum set, because hitting that plastic drum set was quite loud and quite annoying. We got 21 tracks, and a lot of them have different environments, so you do have a lot of content. It also has lots of things to upgrade and leaderboard and all this kind of stuff, so you're not going to be finished with this quickly. It is $20 though, and that goes into my negatives, I think, where I love the mapping, but it's so precise on what it wants you to get for getting the multiplier, and seeing the multiplier go up is part of that music experience that tells me I'm doing it properly. It's cool still seeing the numbers the whole way, but kind of frustrated me that the multiplier was so it would only count if you were perfect. So if you were slightly off, you'd still get points, but it wouldn't give you the multiplier. So that's an element that kind of annoyed me. The game itself, though, it does have some weird menus that are a little bit confusing at the start, but that's sort of because it has so many options, and I kind of can't fault it for having too many options. So one aspect I really like about Smash Drums is it has modes to sort of customize for everyone, where you have this like Gladiator mode where it basically has the strength thing figured out, so you only have to worry about the timing, and then the other mode, which is Smash Drums mode, which you really have to smash the drums, but some of them have crystal aspects, so the barrier to figuring out all the little quirks in this if you want to is quite high. Definitely a lot to sink your teeth into if you're a drumming type or you're big into these rhythm games. But Smash Drums is an extremely fun drumming game. It has extremely fun drum maps to them, and I think once you get into the songs, once you get into the flow, and you just start drumming, it does become an extremely fun game, and well worth the $20, but it is $20, and it's not going to be for everyone. So I would say check out the demo, see if you like this, because I wasn't so hot into this when I first started playing, and I don't want people to just buy this to immediately refund it. Smash Drums is a really cool game. It's really cool to have this on Applab. I would have thought this would be a full Oculus release, but not yet. This developer is super kind and super supportive of side quests and everything. There's even trophies in this. So I would say get this game if you like drumming in Rock Band kind of thing, but it's not the best game ever. It's still kind of fun though. I liked it. So Gym Masters. This is basically a minigame collection that's actually a fitness game. So you think you're doing minigames, but you're actually doing fitness. It's got 2 games right now, which one of them are doing jumping jacks and building up this like beam attack you can use on the robot bird things, the robot crows, and that's pretty cool. And then the other game they have is punching soda cans, and that one is also a lot of fun. In the full game, you're going to be able to build your own gym, and that really entices me on this whole project. It seems like lots of effort's being put into this, but I'm still not sold on the visuals. Either way, there's definitely polish here. They're adding more polish. We'll see what happens when the full game comes out, but if you have a younger player that wants fitness games, I think this is what this project is intending to be, and for that, this is a free demo. Check this out for free right now. But I think the full product will be worth picking up. So this is one I definitely suggest following. And then we have touring carts. This was on the PlayStation VR forever ago, and I just sort of dodged it because I was like, oh, this isn't what I really want. And Dash Dash World looked to be what I really wanted and looked to be right around the corner. It was a little bit further around the corner than I thought, but once we got around the bend, it's definitely one that I would prefer to play over this. That being said, Touring Karts has a pro version that you can pay money for that gives you all the tracks immediately. You can play this all for free. You can go to the online mode and it'll randomly choose tracks for you, so you don't really need to worry about having tracks unlocked. I think you're probably going to get bored of this in like an hour, maybe 2 hours at most anyways. So check this out for free. I don't think I recommend the paid version, but I definitely recommend this as a free kart racer. You can play with your friends, and it's all on Applab. So this is Gladiatus. Gladiatus. You know what, these names are getting confusing. But this is basically your Smash TV. I don't know if you remember the old arcade game Smash TV, but puts you in an arena, gives you your guns, and you blast zombies. There's actually a crowbar as well, and it has some pretty good use of physics. I've seen this type of asset style many times before, so it definitely feels, at this point, almost nostalgic. These assets, I see them remixed so many times. But either way, this game is a lot of fun. It is a little bit high price tag wise, but you know what? It does have the physics, and it is fun to play. Make your own choice based on the gameplay if you like this kind of style. There's a bunch of guns and things you can unlock. I would say it's a half recommended, half not recommended, because it does do what it is intending to do quite well. I just don't think there's enough content to justify the price tag. Maybe they'll get more updates. Either way, Gladiatus, if I'm pronouncing that right, is still a pretty cool game, and I was given a code for this one, so. So this is Power Force. You have robots flying up spaceship things and you shoot them. It's one-handed gun. Very simple, but it's fun and it's free. So keep that in mind. If you like minigame types of things and you're looking for a little time killer, this one is actually pretty fun. It is really easy, or at least easy as far as I played in. It's got power-ups. It's a pretty cool time. It's called Power Force. So check that one out on Applab. It was a pretty good time. So WorldTreeClimber. I don't know why this is a VR game at all. This is the only button you can press in this is A. Your character just sort of moves along and you jump over things. Yeah. Riveting, right? I don't know what else to say about this game. It's the press A game. At one point I fell through the floor where there was floor below me, so it's a bad press A game in VR. Next game. U-Generation VR Live Beta, which appears to be watching live streams of, I guess in Japan, VTubers, virtual tubers, and I guess they talk to the audience in VR and wave and pick up random objects in a circle, and I guess they're interacting with the chat. I was not there for any of the live performances, but I did watch the pre-recorded stuff, and I mean, the production values are pretty cool. It looks like a cool app. I mean, it's a new idea. This might have some weight to it. This might be popular. I mean, it's more interesting than watching someone just be interviewed in front of a camera. You can actually be in VR, so if you like this kind of stuff, there's no English, but you can navigate it yourself and check it out. I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. That was U Generation VR Live Beta, so check that out. And next we have Air Hockey Arcade, which is a very simple game of air hockey. One thing I do like about this is you can sort of grab the thing and then stand up a bit so you can get a deeper look at the map while still having the full motion controls. And it works well. I mean, this is a good polished game of air hockey. It seems to be using the Facebook avatar thing, so everything looks polished and nice. There's a cool dog picture around. This is completely free, so I 100% recommend checking it out. It works well. It's a cool game. Definitely liking the air hockey. I like air hockey in VR. Now we have GoThru, which is, let's break it down. This is essentially Google Maps, but you don't have to pay anything to access it like Wander. There's not much to it. There's a couple preset areas which are like inside things, but at the end of the day, pick your location and it's Google Maps. Pretty cool, for free. Check out GoThru. I think there's some premium thing. I don't know what that does, but either way, the free version is well worth checking out if you want Google Maps for free. Phases of the Moon. There's words floating around and you kind of just Iron Man yourself hovering around the level with words, and some of the words make this sound like this might not be an appropriate book for younger viewers. Definitely not. But yeah, that's Phases of the Moon. The most unique way to read a book, I guess, or whatever this is. So, Bonsai Desk. This was actually, I think I paid $2 for this, maybe $1 for this. But it is basically stacking blocks or cubes and watching YouTube. It has cool tablet stuff. You can do multiplayer. I actually found someone to get into multiplayer with me for this, which amazed me. But yeah, you can watch videos, and there's a couple different layouts for how the video is and where your person building the blocks. It does a good job bringing your thing back to you if it goes flying off the table, which it will do. Bonsai Desk. Oddly pretty cool, and if you like doing things while watching YouTube, this might be one for you. So now we're on to Crazy World VR. Oh boy. So this is a $20 minigame collection with 5 minigames, one of which is entirely dependent on having online. So you'll never be able to play that one ever, because no one's going to play this terrible game. The other ones are terrible bowling, terrible tennis, terrible archery thing. I don't know what it was. It was like a hook shot thing. I don't know. It was terrible either way. Realistically, the only mini game that didn't suck was the gun one where you're shooting stuff, and it's such a simple idea. I mean, we played Power Force, which was the same idea, but it was free. Crazy World is so just horrible. I mean, even graphically, this doesn't look very pretty. It's a game that originally was on the Oculus Go for free, I think. They just lazily ported it to Applab and said, here, give us $20. It mentions go-kart aspects, but there's no go-karting thing. It has weird paint aspects. We buy paint for the items that just doesn't save, doesn't keep with you. So I don't know what's got expired skins. It's just this whole thing has this like weird microtransaction thing that just, it seems like they had an idea for a game and they never finished the game, and they just kind of, this is what we get now. It's just, I do not recommend this whatsoever. Crazy World VR is one of the most overpriced garbage games I've ever seen on Applab and on the Quest. It definitely has some interesting elements that might trick you into buying it. Have that refund button ready to go, because this will not entertain even the youngest of players for more than an hour. $20 for this is absolute lunacy. Can't believe anyone would pay that. This is terrible. Neon Sprint. Well, it's a game where you go racing through this I think it's procedurally generating track, avoiding stuff while, you're riding a horse. Might be a unicorn in some of the levels. I think you can get a unicorn later on or something. But very simple game. It's like Vertigo Go Home if you ever played that on PSVR or on PC. But yeah, you just trance out and look at the awesome sights. It's a very basic experience, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. If you like this kind of thing, you can see it on video right now. It's not expensive, and it's pretty cool. It's your only horse racing game that I know of so far, so if that's your market, You might need donut just for that. Anyways, thank you guys for checking out this episode. I had fun making this Applab reviews volume 2 episode. Got lots of fun things, and I think this will be a regular occurrence on the channel, so stay tuned for more of this next week. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like these kind of videos with Applab stuff, with Oculus Quest stuff, with VR stuff, that's what this channel is all about. Give me that like, give me that subscribe, and drop a comment down below what you want me to check out next. Anyways, I'm out of here.